So welcome to this Season Day Scholar, Season 3. And for me, this is one of the, the most close to heart episode because I never thought Yamamoto Sensei will agree to this. So I am so much grateful for you to take part, to take some time out for this podcast, which is made for younger generation and also mid-career, mid-level, and also everybody can learn something out of this conversation. So there is no time bound. We can take the relaxing and all those things. If the time allotted today will finish, we will complete it another day. But anyway, we will go like that. So welcome, Sensei.
Thank you very much for your invitation. Thank you. Yes.
So how about as an editor, and how about now as a president and doing the selection for assistant professor or the different level of faculty? What do you see? Look into a CV. How do you select people?
So, president is an administrator, right? Not has no right to select.
Yeah. Director, they are signing authority. Yeah.
Right. Signing, it's just a signing authorities. So there's not point of the president work. But anyhow, if I myself evaluate and then motivation and integrity. If I like to evaluate from the CV or something like some statement or interview, motivation and integrity. 2 points.
And how would you judge that? Motivation can be judged, but how would you judge integrity?
Oh, it's very difficult. Of course. To be subjective, right? That's why I think it's okay. I understand it's very difficult, of course. Objective evaluation is very difficult actually, but probably this is something like this. My opinion can be subjective, and then this is something like of course transparent, of course should be transparent, and then also should be responsible, and then the one who select has responsibility or accountability for this, of course, but selection point, it's not. It's little bit it's inevitable to be subjective.
Okay. Let's suppose maybe after looking at several things you can know about the integrity, but how do you shortlist? Before shortlisting, like when you will meet, you can judge motivation, you can judge integrity, body language, ethics also to certain point. But how do you shortlist? Whom to invite? Again, publication? Or how you used to do?
Shortlisted. Yeah, well, right. But anyhow, this one is difficult, right? Of course.
Maybe,
but anyhow, fundamental. Probably the minimum requirement is necessary anyhow. In terms of publication, achievement, of course. You have something like a minimum requirement, of course.
Yeah.
Then after that, something like a different evaluation criteria can be added.
Yeah. So now we will move to your editorship. That I am the journal contribution. What do you? Which offer came first, and what was the chronicle order? So on and so forth.
So that one is, I think, I said, but I myself, not so plenty of the experience of this, but because this is something like a organizational effort to be the chief editor of the material cycle of the waste management. This is something like a organizational management. So maybe it is not, I can't make right answer to do that because I don't want to politics of the scientific group. I don't want to be involved this kind of politics of the scientific group and something like
Yes.
group work, something like that. So I don't.
Yeah.
I myself, I don't want to be so much interested in this kind of the work
Job.
Okay.
So it means I mean, you have already opened the Pandora box because you are talking about that somewhere it is a groupism. These editorial positions and is little bit somehow this kind of organization. And one editor is an editor at several journals, 10 journals, and somebody who is not included, they are not anywhere. Despite of having work. So any views that you would like to give on these editorial boards and these positions, associated editors and all?
Sorry, what do you mean now?
So I mean, of course we can. I was just asking that this editor, the positions and publications are important, and desk rejections are going high, and that is now a publish. I mean, the scholars are now fighting it out that they don't know that how some paper got rejected. They just say that we made a lot of papers and it's get rejected. We never know that why it gets it. So how do you handle rejection and what is your, you don't need to handle rejection. I mean, what is your message that how to handle rejection and how to go about it?
Oh, so, but I think that probably the situation will change in 10 years, right? Because we have in 10 years, of course, now there's a very criticism happens in open publication and then web publication, online publication. There's criticism there, but they are changing, right? Because they are changing probably. My feeling is should be changed. Because now if we're talking about the journal, kind of journal, I'm talking about say newspaper publication, something like a very open media is now prevailing, right? Now I'm talking about media-based news spread or something like that. Then, because if you're talking about of course, I understand there's something like authority, any authority, something like a scientist needs or some authority to approve this or his or her result, scientific outcome, something like that. But modern science is not so. Modern science emerged. It's emerging, coming. It's last 2 centuries or 3 centuries, not 3 centuries, right? Then this modern science. Of course, now we are now, of course, inside the paradigm of the modern science, or something like a way of the authorization here, but probably that might be changed. It's unexpected, unpredictable, but now the media is very much dispersed, and then if we consider our field, most important outcome is
Using the
implementation.
newspaper.
No, implementation, not the publication. The paper.
Yes.
Evidence is on the ground, not in paper. So
Yes.
evidence on the ground. Something like if we're talking about the solution-oriented engineering part or something like, of course, we need some scientific evidence or something like that. But if you do implementation, evidence there on the ground. So if this paper is rejected by the high-ranked journal and so on, but if this result, someone show interest, implement, and this gives some success example, who wants? So this means I think we should not neglect open publication also, open sharing of the information. Of course, there are some trash, many trash, but among trash, we might get diamond. So probably this kind of the thing, I think probably that something might be changed in 10 years. This is my expectation. Because now
I mean,
many people say action on ground, climate change, SDGs, what your technology is available, what your technology is something like innovation, what happens to the real world, something like that, right? Many people raise question this right now. So probably there's something like a clue of the change.
I mean, it's amazing that you can see the future, and I do believe that this is going to happen. Lot of people or lot of organization. Japan used to do that. Japan used to like, I know that when I was doing PhD, the UT faculties used to publish more in society journals of Japan. And they used to evaluate it much higher. And I was like, why they publish it there? Nobody will read. Let's publish it in Elsevier or somewhere. But for them, they are really a high class because and like that. Now it is changing also there. So I mean, people wants to reach out, and because those papers will not bring a lot of citations. So now the trap of citations and H index is getting bigger and bigger.
But I think, how do you think about AI translation?
Yeah, no.
Right. So this means I think now I think probably this option might be changed. We don't need to choose something like a high rank journal, but this is a small community or small society journal. If we're talking about Japan in English, can be translated.